and
Yep.
and bears fruit.
So you've got some growth of the seed.
And he doesn't know how that happened.
All right, I want to say that's the God factor. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
God makes it grow. Okay, but it nurtures and it does grow. And then after it grows up, what happens?
Harvest.
He waits till it's mature.
Okay, and then what happens when it gets to be mature?
Harvest.
Yeah, he harvested. He brings a sickle. There's another one of those words we don't talk about a whole lot. What is a sickle?
Combine.
Okay, combine definitely works. Yeah, he brings the combine and he's ready to harvest.
And the mass evangelism.
I like that. That's great. I do. Yeah.
I'm a farm boy. It's a thing, it's got a handle like this, and it's got a big curved thing, and you literally take, or you've got the long one that's
Yeah.
the side.
It has a handle on it.
Right.
And you can swing it through. I like the idea of the big ones because I'm a combine thinker. I would hate to
Small
think
one
they.
hurts your back.
Well, it does, and I've seen drawings for this part where they'll draw it like that, and that's great. But you're not going to get much of a harvest with that. Okay, now all of those elements go together. Did we leave anything out? I'm sorry if you had something that you wanted to talk about.
When you use the side that cuts the harvest free from the root.
Oh, okay. Being able to really cut it right on down where almost the soil is ready to go again. In No Place Left, what we've been able to see is what we've been able to see is each one of these elements playing an important part in not only sharing the gospel, but sort of giving us an overview of how that we want to go into the work. And I want to start off first of all with that sower that goes out to the seed, go out to sow the seed, okay? If I could draw this as a diagram, it would look something like this, okay? You've got the sower, and he goes in to his field, okay? And that would be this first quadrant right here. It's entry. How does the farmer know where to go? Have you ever seen a farmer just go out to sow seed and he didn't have a clue where he was going to sow? Well, let's see, where am I going to go today? No, the sower usually knows his field. All right, what happens when he gets to the field?
Start sowing.
He starts sowing. He starts sowing abundantly. Okay? Sows abundantly. Now, we said what happens to that seed once it actually is in the soil? It begins to do what?
Sprout.
Sprout and grow. What nurturing does the farmer do? I mean, this is really growing, okay? You've got this nurturing phase where there is watch care over the field. The farmer goes out night and day, but the growth happens from the Lord. And then what happens in the last one? I'm gonna call it gather. And you've heard the old song, "Bringing in the sheaves," right? But you have this. All of these four areas is right out of Mark chapter 4. This is what we see from Mark chapter 4 being able to be sort of a model of what we're looking at. We call this the four fields. Now I've left this open in the middle because the thing is once we get the seed here, then what we're wanting to do is multiply. We're wanting to be able to develop leaders and go and be able to do this again. There's no farmer worth his salt that will take all of his harvest and not hold some of his seed back so that he can make more seed. Those future seeds are very important. Avery Willis was a mentor of mine. I've already mentioned that long discipleship definition. But it's the thing that Avery said that I liked. He said it's one thing to look at as an apple, but it's something else that sees the orchard, somebody else that sees the orchard in the apple. And that's the same way here. We're looking at the harvest that's going to multiply being able to come from this. All right, now, with this entry, there has to be some kind of discovery process, right? There has to be something where you know where God is at work and you want to join him there, to quote Henry Blackaby from Experiencing God. How do you know where to go? What do you know where to go? Are you even aware of lostness in the community where you are? In Cincinnati, we know that in our 9 counties in our association, we have 1.8 million people living there. 1.5 million are not born again, and we know that 1 million are completely unclaimed by any religious organization. Where in the world do we come up with numbers like that? There's one really convenient source where all of the heavy lifting has already been done for you. Are you guys like me where you have more than one county that you're trying to cover?
Yes.
What are some numbers? We were talking about almost an entire area earlier. How many counties kind of do you guys cover?
11.
Where you said 11 counties?
7.
7. 9. 4. We have churches in 8 of our 9 counties. We don't have a church from Cincinnati Baptist that are in our 9th county. There is an evangelical presence there, but just not Southern Baptist. So you're taking a look at all of these different counties. If right now, if you want to pull out your phone, this is a great time to do this. We're going to go, by the way, until about 12:30. We'll take lunch at 12:30 if everybody can handle going a little bit longer. All right, the discovery, this part is very, very important for you to be able to talk about lostness with authority. Every other year, every at least 10 years, there are surveys that are done in all the denominations. Every year, the Southern Baptist Convention gives its statistics to the Association of Religion Data Archives. And on the internet, it's thearda.org.
Another .org, huh?
Yeah, it's orgy. thearda.org. If you go there, like I looked up Branch County. You guys are standing in Branch County, okay? Branch County, if you will go Branch County and write it all out, Branch and the word county written out, comma, Michigan, all of that written out on the arda.org, you can go this county and be able to even have a graphic that shows you at a glance that there are 5,000 evangelicals in this county, okay? It will also tell you that there's 45,000 people living in this county. But it also has a diagram that shows your largest group are unclaimed, with almost 32,000 that are unclaimed in this county at all. Then if you look down the list of denominations, it says there's one Southern Baptist church here. And it says that it knows or claims that there are 75 members of its church. I don't know.
There's the pastor right there.
What do you think, Jerry?
Oh, hey, how do we do?
That's 10 years ago, but yeah.
How many, it's 10 years ago?
10 years ago, that's probably right, 10 years ago.
Okay, so that information was shared by the Southern Baptist Convention. Where are they getting their numbers? ACP. And I know all of us cringe when we say that. I met with a Nepali pastor yesterday. He goes, I have to do this every year. And it was wonderful. I mean, he's a great guy and he's willing to do it. He's just counting the cost and knows that every August, September, I'm going to be distributing our annual church profile and requesting that he does that.
Do you have any poll? Can we make it, can we make it calendar year?
Calendar year?
That'd be
I don't
great.
know.
Well, another one's gonna come out in a couple of years. It's every 10 years, so it keeps up with the census.
Well, we're talking about the ACP.
ACP comes out every year.
Yeah.
It's July 1 to June 1. And I don't know why they do it. This Nepali brother said, I want to do a calendar year. And I said, that's fine, just be consistent.
That's what we do too,
Just so you're consistent and there's no gaps
but
or
it's annoying.
doubles. The thing for him in the ACP, it said 2018 to 2019 reporting year. And there's nothing else that was on that said July 1 to June 1. So he gave us 18 months of stats. and they had to go back and revise it. It's okay, it's a struggle. But what I'm saying is for Southern Baptist, you and I know that's about as authoritative as it gets. But that's where those numbers are coming from for the ARDA. But the ARDA.org will give you county